Hello and welcome to Victoria 3. I got the game, I'm excited about it, I've been playing it, and I wanted to see which countries were the best in the game. So I ran 5 simulations, let the game start in 1836 and run through to some varying end dates. I stopped some in 1920, some all the way to 1945, just to see how things shook out. I recorded the ending stats of each country in the top 44, so it's roughly 2 pages on the map list screen, and recorded their population, GDP, rank and prestige and quality of life to see what the best countries in the game were. I've got some surprising countries coming up later on that would be really fun to play, see how a human could do these. But first, let's look at our top 5. Now, some of the stats were difficult because countries change names, combine, go away. So what I did is I averaged their ending ranks, combined countries that ended up being mostly the same. So you'll see Prussia and Germany I counted the same, 2 Sicilies and Italy, and Hudson Bay and Canada. We'll talk more about them later. So here they are, top 5. No surprises here. We saw Austria as number 1, France number 2, Great Britain as number 3, 2 Sicilies, usually forming Italy, as number 4, and Prussia and one-time forming Germany as number 5. Russia was number 6, falling just outside that top 5. Before we get to our secret superpower, I want to share a few cool things I saw running through the game 5 times end to end. In the first run, we actually saw Mexico become a protectorate of Russia, so Russia was really making a play on North America. We also had a united Scandinavia formed by 1862. Russia had colonized almost all of the South Pacific by 1892 here. And then by 1917, Mexico was fully a Russian puppet. In the second run, we saw a slave revolt form New Africa, an independent state in the southern US. The third run at one point saw 4 major revolts in Europe at one time, and again an Afro-American uprising in the southern US. The fourth run had Mexico holding on to large parts of the western US until 1897 or later, and an independent Australia and New Zealand as well. The final run saw Austria and Prussia both picking up territory pretty quickly, and then uniting into a massive German state by 1922. So looking at countries with huge population increases, the first was 2 Sicilies or Italy, which increased from 7 million to an average of 27.5 million by the end of the game. The next is the Cape Colony, which increased from 800,000 to about 4.7 million population by the end of the game. On the flip side, we have Russia, which actually decreased from 58.8 million to 55.9 million pop by the end of the game, managing to lose population during this whole time period, regardless of any other territories they might have conquered. So next I want to walk through some of the countries with really high potential. These are the countries that maybe didn't start as high, but saw their rank increase on average more than others throughout the game. The first of these is Persia, which increased an average of 11 spots, starting at number 39 and ending on average around number 28. The next one up is Chile, which started around number 35 and averaged finishing around number 23, moving up just over 12 spots. Number 3 is the Cape Colony, which later became South Africa. It increased an average of 10 spots from 33 to 23, but has a huge population boost through the game. Number 2 is Greece, which starts at number 37 in the game and ends up an average of number 18. A huge increase in rank there for a country that, people don't usually think of in this time period as being a powerful country. And then number 1 is the Hudson Bay Company, or Canada. Starts off unranked in the game, well, unranked by my system below number 44, and ends an average of number 12 on our rankings. Canada gets good immigration, has good resources, and uses those to really climb up, getting near the top 10 in most of the games I've seen. So with all that said, I'm excited to jump back in. I'm going to play through some of these countries I called out, see what I can do with them. Right now I'm playing through a game with Persia. Also had a fun game with New Grenada, where I ended up losing to a rebellion. Let me know in the comments below what countries you're playing, which ones you've had fun with, and who you've been able to take over a surprising amount of the world with. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're enjoying the game, and have a good one.